Let me ask you something. Could you save a life in the next 5 minutes? It's a heavy question, I know, but the answer, believe it or not, is yes. And in this explainer, we're going to give you the exact tools you need to do just that.
So today, we're diving into hands-only CPR, and I want you to think of this as more than just first aid. This is about becoming a literal bridge to life for someone in an emergency. So let's get right into it.
Here's a quick look at what we're going to cover. We'll start with what CPR is and why it's so important. Then we'll walk through the two big steps, check and call, followed by chest compressions. We'll also demystify how to use an AED. And finally, we'll see how it all fits together in what's called the chain of survival.
So let's start with the big picture, right? What are you actually doing when you perform CPR, and why is it so incredibly important? Okay, picture this. When someone has a sudden cardiac arrest, their heart has stopped beating effectively. That means blood isn't getting to the brain or other vital organs. In this situation, the clock is ticking, and I mean loudly. Immediate action from someone like you is the single biggest factor in whether they'll survive. And that's exactly where CPR comes in. Now, there's a big misconception that CPR restarts the heart. It doesn't. What it does is it lets you manually pump the heart for them, keeping that oxygen-rich blood moving. You are literally being a bridge, keeping their brain and organs alive until paramedics can arrive with their advanced equipment. All right, let's get into the action. You see someone collapse. What do? Well, your first moves are absolutely everything. They're simple, but they are so critical for setting everything else up for success. Before you do anything else, you have to make sure the scene is safe for you. You can't help anyone if you become a victim yourself. This is always step number one. Non-negotiable.
So first, a quick scan of your surroundings. Is there traffic, fire, any obvious danger? If you're clear, get down next to them, tap their shoulder pretty firmly, and shout, "Are you okay?" While you're doing that, look at their chest and face for any signs of normal breathing. Give it no more than 10 seconds. If they don't respond, you call 911 right away. If someone else is there, point directly at them and say, "You, call 911."
Now, this next part is super important, so listen up. You might see someone take these weird, occasional gasps. That is not real breathing. It's something called agonal breathing, and it's a major sign of cardiac arrest. If you see that, you don't wait. You have to act immediately.
Okay, you've checked the scene, you've called for help. Now we're getting to the heart of it all, pun intended, chest compressions. This is the skill that directly keeps that person alive. The moment you've determined they are unresponsive and not breathing normally, you start high-quality chest compressions. No hesitation, no delay. You just go. Now, your form here is everything. You're going to put the heel of one hand right in the center of their chest, on the lower half of the breastbone. Put your other hand right on top of it. Now lock your arms straight and get your shoulders directly over your hands. This way, you're using your body weight, not just your arms. You'll last a lot longer. And what about the rhythm? Well, you need to push fast. We're talking 100 to 120 compressions every minute. The easiest way to keep this pace? Think of the song Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Seriously, hum it in your head. It has the perfect tempo. And don't be shy about it. You need to push hard. For an adult, you're aiming for a depth of about 2 inches or 5 to 6 centimeters. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's what's needed to actually squeeze the heart and pump that blood.
So, just repeat this mantra in your head. Push hard, push fast. And here's the other crucial part. Let the chest come all the way back up after each push. That recoil is what lets the heart fill back up with blood. It's just as important as the push itself.
All right, let's talk about a real game changer, the AED, or Automated External Defibrillator. Now, I know these things can look a little intimidating, but they are literally designed for people with zero training to use safely and effectively.
The second an AED shows up, you use it. It couldn't be simpler. The machine will actually talk you through every single step. You just turn it on, put the pads on the person's bare chest, just like the pictures show, plug it in, and then just listen. It will tell you exactly what to do. You really can't mess it up.
And this next instruction is absolutely vital. After the AED delivers a shock, what do? You get right back on the chest and start compressions again, immediately. Don't waste time checking for a pulse. That heart needs your help to get the blood moving again. Every single second of compressions matters. So when do you stop? Well, you keep going until one of these 5 things happens. The person shows an obvious sign of life, like they start breathing on their own. Someone with more training or EMS arrives to take over. The AED tells you to stop so it can analyze. The scene becomes unsafe for you, or you are just physically too exhausted to continue. Otherwise, you just keep pushing.
So, we've gone over all the individual steps, but what makes this work is how they all link together. And that brings us to this powerful idea called the chain of survival. Think about it. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. By recognizing there's an emergency, calling 911, starting those high-quality chest compressions, and using an AED as fast as possible, you are providing those first indispensable links. Your actions are the foundation that everything else is built on.
When you boil it all down, it really comes to this. If you walk away remembering just one thing, let it be this: high-quality chest compressions with as few interruptions as possible, plus using an AED quickly, those are the most critical things that determine if someone survives. That's your job.
So you have the knowledge now. You know what to do, you know why it matters. The next time you see someone in need, you won't just be a bystander, you'll be a first responder. The only question left to ask is, are you ready to be that bridge?